Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about this awful new cartoon from the Watchtower. The one that is supposed to teach Kaleb, the little boy in the cartoon, how to be humble and how bad it is to be boasting, to be wanting to be the best. So let's watch this awful cartoon and let's dissect it. And as a coach, as a life coach who is teaching people, who is helping people to regain self-esteem, to regain self-confidence, I can assure you that this message sent to kids is very, very bad, actually very unhealthy. So let's go, let's dissect it, and I'll show you why it is so unhealthy to teach this type of things to kids.
She thought that she could win, but there was no way. Next year, I'll be the fastest kid in the entire school.
That's 'cause I'm not in your school.
Oh, please. Remember last time when I beat you in front of the whole congregation?
First of all, there is nothing wrong in itself to say that you want to be the fastest kid in the school. It does not mean that you believe that you are better in a negative way than anyone else. It doesn't mean that you want to push them down to rise yourself up. It does not mean that at all. It is not a bad thing to say that you want to be the best. Actually, telling yourself that you want to be the best will help you in your life. That's for sure. So when the parents look at each other feeling so sorry for their kid for saying such a thing, they should actually encourage the kid to say that he wants to be the fastest kid in the school. Now, another thing I want to point out, and obviously that would not concern Jehovah's Witnesses. As one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you're not supposed to expect to have any career in sport, for example, unless you are called the Williams sisters, by the way. But that's a whole different video on a whole different topic we'll maybe talking about sometimes. But what I want to say here is that let's say this kid lives in a normal world, meaning, he's not one of Jehovah's Witnesses and he has the right to make choices in life. And he wants to be a racer, maybe a runner. Do you think that would help the kid, that would help him to say that he wants to be the slowest kid in the whole school? I don't think so. So that's another thing. If you want to raise normal kids that will achieve anything in life, and let's say they want to be a sport athlete, well, if they don't tell themselves that they want to be the best, that they are the best, they will never amount to anything, and they will surely not ever win any race, any match, anything.
Kaleb, do you remember this story?
Oh yeah, that's the Tower of Babel.
That's right. Why were these people trying to build this tower?
So they could live there?
Actually, it was because they thought they were awesome and wanted to show off.
So here the father is telling his son that it's not a good thing to think that you're awesome. Well, I'm sorry. As a coach who teach people self-esteem, self-love, self-respect, it is a good thing to think and to say that you are awesome. It is not a good thing to feel superior, and you should be humble in this sense. Do not feel superior to anyone else. I don't care if you are the leader of your country, the president. You should not feel superior to anyone else, any other human being. That's different. But feeling awesome, thinking that you're awesome and saying that you're awesome, It's a great self-confidence building tool. So what the father is telling his son here is completely stupid and even outrageous.
But what did Jehovah think of that?
Oh, he didn't like it.
That's right. He even confused their languages, so they would stop bragging.
Yes, you get that right. Jehovah does not like people to have a lot of self-confidence. Ask any Jehovah's Witness and they'll tell you that. And he does not like people to challenge him and to feel powerful. That is completely right. If you study how the gods of the Bibles were invented by men, okay? Especially the ones in the 5 first books of the Bible, the books that have zero historical fact anywhere. If you study how that God was invented, the God that now Jehovah's Witnesses call Jehovah, which is also a name that was invented. But if you study why this God has been invented and by whom, you'll understand why this God was a God of war and was against everything that pretended to be high or as high as he was. So that is so true, Father. Yes, the Father says Jehovah does not like that, and he's completely right. He doesn't.
But at school, everyone brags.
I know. Lots of people brag. I have bragged too. But that's wrong.
Here you can appreciate how much sense of humor Jehovah's Witnesses have. And when I said Jehovah's Witnesses, I mean the Watchtower, the leaders. The guy is showing up his muscles, and that's wrong. Come on already. Is it that wrong to show off your muscles? My goodness, this religion has zero sense of humor, and it's very sad.
When we brag or show off, it's like we're building a tower for ourselves, just like the Tower of Babel.
If I wanted to, I could set a new world record. No problem.
If you say so, but I'm better at basketball than you.
I was just messing around, but they say I'm a natural.
You know what? If you don't build your own tower, nobody's going to build it for you. If you don't toot your own horn, nobody is going to toot it for you. That is something any personal development coach would teach you, would tell you. But not for you not to be humble. Everyone needs to be humble. That is not what I'm talking about. And I hope you get the point since the beginning of this video. I am not saying not to be humble, and I am not saying to be stepping on any other people's head to push them down to rise yourself up. No. But building your own tower of pride and of self-esteem, it's a good thing. So if this kid wants to build that tower and say, I'm the best of the world up there, that's good for him. That is a good thing to do, and that is healthy. I know that this is completely foreign to any Jehovah's Witnesses' ears, but that is the truth. And that's why so many Jehovah's Witnesses are so miserable, depressed, and simply not happy, because they have no freaking self-esteem in any way, shape, or form. It is good and it is healthy to build your self-esteem as much as you can while staying humble, but build your own tower. Go on top of there and shout that you are the best in the world. That is completely okay. Oh my God, I know. If you are one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you probably never heard that before, and it is so shocking to you. But believe me, try it and see how it goes for you. It's going to help you tremendously.
The higher up we try to put ourselves, the more dangerous it gets. Do you know why?
Because we'll eventually fall?
Yes.
Very, very negative message that the father is sending to his son right there. The higher you get, the more chances you have to fall. Oh, sure. The Watchtower wants you to have fear. And that, my dear, what the father says to his son here, induces fear in him. So instead of telling him, go as high as you can, he tells him, don't go high, because guess what will happen if you do? You will eventually fall down. Why the Watchtower does not want you to be fearless? Because it's way more difficult to control people who are fearless. As a matter of fact, if you have self-esteem and are fearless, and you find yourself in a cult, what are you going to do? You're going to get out of there. So that's why this cartoon being for kids, they exactly know what they're doing. The more they indoctrinate those kids to have fears, to go too high because they will definitely will fall at some point, the more likely they will be able to keep those kids once they grow up in the cult. If people leave this religion left and right, keep on leaving, and less are coming in, eventually this religion will end. So that is not something they are looking forward to. So they absolutely need to indoctrinate those kids with fear. And that's what this message here, especially this part of the cartoon, is sending to kids. Be fearful not to go too high, because you will fall down. Awful message of fear.
Also, 1 Peter 5:5 means that Jehovah doesn't want us acting like we are better than everyone else. Humble people don't need to brag, because Jehovah will make them feel good about themselves on the inside.
No, humble people don't need to brag, but that's not the point. The kid is not bragging. The kid is trying to build himself up, and you as a father should try to help him to build himself up. Teach him to be humble, sure, but not in this stupid, wrong way that you're doing here. And by the way, no, Jehovah does not make you feel good. The only person that makes you feel good, it's yourself. Nothing and no one can make you feel good. Because feeling good, feeling happy, being happy, it's an inside job. And no one else besides yourself can do it for you. And certainly not Jehovah, which is a fake God that does not even exist. But even though I believe in a higher force, which is definitely not Jehovah, but I do believe in a higher power, and I know that this power cannot make me feel good unless I'm doing my best to make myself feel good first. And again, that is one thing that I teach to all my clients. So take advantage of this video, which is for free. Learn to feel good on your own. Do not expect anything or anyone to make you feel good, and certainly not Jehovah. If Jehovah was able to make people feel good, well, we would know that by now. And looking at Jehovah's Witnesses, we know that is not doing a good job. So definitely Jehovah cannot make you feel good. You have to do that. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. And I hope you show it to your kids instead of that awful cartoon. So they'll see the cartoon, but they'll see all the no-nos in it as well. And if you did like the video, share it, comment, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye now.